Hello and welcome to Another Home Sold, a show about Wellesley real estate, where you hear from the experts on the things you need to know whether you're getting ready to buy a new home, maintaining your current property, or whether you're preparing to sell. I'm your host and realtor, Steven.Verdelli with Coldwell-Banker, Wellesley's #1 real estate company for 24 years in a row. Today, we are very lucky to have Kim Goldner from Fresh Meal Plan.
Hi, Steve. Thank you for having me.
Kim, thanks so much for coming on today.
My pleasure.
Kim, you work for Fresh Meal Plan, which we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yes.
But you are also a whole life wellness consultant.
Yes.
And really a food expert.
Yes.
And coach and Pilates instructor.
Yoga instructor, you name it. Pretty much I've taught it.
And Kim and I are friends from the gym.
Absolutely.
And I wanted you to come on to talk about one of the biggest challenges people have is when they're renovating their homes.
Yes.
Renovating their homes and moving.
Absolutely.
And they're losing their kitchens.
Yes.
When you're losing your kitchen, your contractors typically say, oh, you'll be out of the kitchen for about 2 months, which really means about 4.5 months.
Totally.
From beginning to end. Great if you're by yourself, but if you've got a family of 3 or 4 or more, that can be a real challenge.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, let's talk a little bit about what really a whole life wellness coach or consultant is.
Sure. Well, for me, I've been in fitness my whole life. I started probably when I was in 7th grade with my leotards and leg warmers because they were awesome and I loved them. Solid Gold was my favorite show in the 80s. You might remember that.
Well,
I don't know.
Of course I do. Who doesn't?
I mean, really. And then it went off the air and I thought, well, now what?
Yeah.
So I started to then pursue other avenues. And in college, I was a biology major, and under that umbrella, physiology and nutrition were my main specialties. From there, I went into public health for a while, but in the meantime, I was getting certified in yoga and Pilates. I'm a CrossFit level 1 coach, gymnastics. So pretty much I've done it all, and I've always been really passionate about it and love doing it. And so just the next step was to become a certified personal trainer as well. And so I've been doing that for probably about 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Great.
it's
Good for you.
great. And the best part about it is just being able to help people through these really difficult transitions in their lives. So people put on the most weight around certain stressful events, moving being one of them, renovations being one of them, marriage, you know, those stressful things. But my job is to try to keep people on track.
Great, great. And as you touched base, moving is one of the biggest issues.
Oh, yes.
Moving or a renovation in a house.
Absolutely. Anytime you're displaced from your normal routine, you're going to feel like you have to make choices that are different from your normal choice pattern. For a lot of people, that might be unhealthy choices, quickly getting things together. And so my job a lot of times as a consultant is to help people come up with a plan for themselves and plan around these inconveniences. Whether it's grilling outside, whether it's making sure you have a makeshift kitchen that you've set up in your house so that you have a place to go, a cooler to all of your refrigerators go in.
Let's talk a little bit about that, the makeshift kitchen when setting up. So you can actually go to somebody's house, kind of assess what they are, find out what their needs are. How does this all work?
Well, they would hire me to come in and just say, help me make a plan. Because for so many people, working professionals, moms, busy people in general, it's hard to do on your own. And also, if it's your first time through it, you may not know all the steps necessary. So to have somebody like me come in and help them make the plan for their whole family or for themselves, it just eases that transition, whether it's through the renovation, through the move and getting them into their new home and thinking about, do you have a wine fridge? Because even that can work as a fridge for now. Just kind of brainstorming outside the box with people to help them know that your only choice is not just pizza takeout. It's not just, making meals that are convenience foods on the fly, but really being able to be thoughtful about what am I putting in my body and are they supporting my goals? Because we all, frankly, want to be healthy. We want to wake up in the morning and feel great. And so how can we do that? That's my job, to help people figure out for themselves. And for a lot of people, it's not huge steps. It feels big, but it's not necessarily big. It could just be having this systematic plan in place of what am I going to do for breakfast? What am I going to do for lunch? What am I going to do for dinner? And knowing that there are plenty of options out there to support healthy choices.
So you're not only picking at your cabinets and granite countertops and flooring and furniture,
Absolutely.
but how am I going to feed this family of 5 people for the next 4 months?
Absolutely.
In this makeshift kitchen, which is now being placed in the garage.
Exactly. You've got boxes here, you've got boxes there. You're figuring out, where did the spatula go?
One of the
Who knows?
Where's the microwave? How do I do all of this? One of the big trends now is food delivery programs.
Yes.
Not just from grocery stores, but actually prepared meals that are prepared for you on an outside kitchen and brought to your home.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, meal delivery programs help people who, it could be anything really that's going on, but if you don't like to prep food, if you don't like to cook food, well, takeout seemed to be your only option for a long time, but it's no longer. Now there are many companies out there that will prep meals for you, deliver you portion controlled, healthy meals, ready to eat hot or cold. So that all you need is a fork, and even that's questionable at times, right? We've all been there. So it's really, these companies are about convenience. It's about making your life easier, no dishes, no cleanup, and you get these delicious, almost gourmet meals. Some of them are gourmet, so.
And they're well balanced.
Well balanced, portion controlled, and what we call macro balanced. So a macro balanced meal is a meal that has healthy proportions of protein, carbs, and fats, or fatty acids in your meal. And you want that in every meal. So there's a proportion that we look for in a well balanced meal. And if you go with a meal company that's well run, they will do it for you, so that each of those meals already has the proper amount of protein, carbs, and fats for every meal that you take in.
And if you have special dietary restrictions, you can work with the company and they can create special meals for you.
Absolutely. We have so many allergies in this world at this point, and especially children. So for moms and dads who are feeding their whole family, that becomes an issue. So with meal delivery programs, and particularly the one I work with, Fresh Meal Plan, we do a lot around allergies to make sure people can still do it. Now, if they're life-threatening allergies, we always tell people, you want to prep your own food, and I always encourage that. But certainly, if it's just gluten, if it's soy, dairy, those things, absolutely, we can help you. Peanuts, even.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they're pretty incredible.
So, how do these meal plans work?
Well, I can speak directly to Fresh Meal Plan, which is the one that I'm most familiar with and working with currently. And what we do is you can pick a plan for yourself. Our base plans start at 10 meals per week. So 10 meals come in a portion-controlled, already prepared meal.
Similar to this?
Similar to that.
Just like this, very nice. Now, this one was balsamic flat iron steak. It was one container. It has calories of 352. Calories from fat were 72. Total fat was 8, total carbohydrates were 34, and protein was 36.
Yes.
All broken down for you.
Exactly.
And I can tell you, this was delicious.
Wasn't it?
It was delicious.
That was a great one. I totally agree. And that's what you want. You want control over your meals, right? So sometimes when you go to the salad bar, you're kind of like, oh, this and this and this, and you're popping many things in there, and then it's $17, and you're like, what did I get? But these, you know exactly what's in there even before you place an order. So with Fresh Meal, you get to choose your own menu. So you log on to the website once you sign up for your plan, whether it's 10 meals, or you could go up to 3 meals a day. 6 days a week, right, and get large meals like that. Even more than that, certainly if you're feeding your whole family, you want meals for your whole family, we can accommodate it. And then you select your menu. So based on we have 4 menu options that you can choose from. Paleo, which has no grains, no wheats, no soy, no dairy. It's really based on the Paleolithic era of eating. If you can hunt it, if you can gather it, you can eat it, right? So that's the paleo plan. There's traditional, which has a lot of grains and wheats and quinoas and rice, has gnocchi and pastas. So for people who want their carbs, those are there, and their grain-based carbs, those are there as well. There's vegetarian, which does still have seafood options if people want it in their vegetarian options. And then there's a meal plan called Signature, which is our high-end line. So a lot of fresh-caught fish, grass-fed meats. All of our meats are grass-fed and antibiotic-free, but we have a special line that's fully certified organic as well, and that's the Signature line.
Great.
So you would place your order based on what your likes are. 6 meals would be delivered if I'm giving the example of the 10-meal plan. So 6 meals would come in your first shipment, which is on Sunday or Monday, depending on when you pick it up. And that gets you through the beginning part of your week, and especially if you're in a renovation or a move, you don't have the space to store a bunch of food. So this allows you to just have some meals brought in. You're eating them throughout those first 3 days. On Wednesday or Thursday, you pick up your next 4 meals based on that 10-meal plan. And there's the rest of your weekdays for yourself. And of course, you can continue into the weekend if you wanted to, but 2 shipments per week that come with your meals fully prepared and ready to go.
So it's 2 shipments per week.
Yes.
Meals come totally prepared and ready to go. You're not smashing 24 meals into
Exactly.
consolidated space into your wine
Yes,
refrigerator,
yes.
which should be filled with wine
Exactly.
during a renovation. And then what about on the weekends? Could you actually do 7 meals?
Yes, you can. Yeah, the meal plans start at 10, but they can go up in nominations from there, so depending on what somebody wants.
And are the meals delivered to your home?
At this point in the Northeast, we deliver to locations like gyms. We can deliver to businesses. We deliver to places that can take more than one meal a day or more than one meal in the shipment.
Yep.
So that's how we are making it so economical as well. Because people would look at this program and think, well, that's really expensive. I'm sure I couldn't afford it. But I think they'd be surprised by just how affordable the meals are.
I was very surprised by it, and the
Yes.
quality of the meals are delicious. So let's say I sign up for the program,
Yep.
my family of 5,
Yeah.
but I'm going away for a week. Can I stop for a week and then pick it back up
Absolutely.
again?
Yes. So there's always, and there's opportunities as well to freeze your membership for any amount of time, but also to be creative in the way we bill you and the way you get your food. So some people just do it every other week because they know with the 10 meals, maybe they just want lunches, and that's 5 days a week. They're just doing their lunches. Maybe it's a husband and wife who are just splitting their lunches. Well, there we go. And they just want it every other week because they're cooking at other times. They've got food. So that's fine. We're very flexible in that way in terms of call us up on a Monday, as long as it's before the Wednesday when the shipment will start being prepared. You say, I'm going to freeze this week, no problem.
That's
Just
wonderful.
stay in communication with us and we will make sure that your meals come the way you want them.
Kim, can you think of the three most helpful hints when you're preparing a renovation and how to keep good food into your house?
Sure. I would say first is prep. So a lot of times the worst state to be in is hungry, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows it. If you've got kids and they're throwing themselves on the ground, you know you've missed that precipice has been passed.
That window is closed.
Exactly. And you're like, oh. And as adults, we want to do that, right? How many times have you wanted to throw yourself on the ground? But of course, we have decorum and things like that, so that's not an option. But don't get to that point. That is one thing. So you need to have some prepped food available to you at any given time. Otherwise, what's the most convenient thing you're going to do? You're going to open a bag of chips, you're going to start eating, and in 2 seconds be like, why did I do that?
Or pull it through a drive-through.
Exactly. So you want to just have some options available for those times when you get to the point where you're very hungry. And it may not be a whole prepped meal. That's fine. You've got to have some choices available, dried nuts, fruits, carrot sticks that you can just grab on the go. The meal plans also have snacks, so you can make sure some of your meals are half meals, because your snacking shouldn't be out of a bag, out of a drive-through window. Your snacking can still be macro-balanced snacks, right? If you have an apple with peanut butter and some almonds, you've got a great little snack there that's going to tide you over.
Yep.
So that would be my first one. My second one would be to always remember what you like. Because if you're trying to force yourself to eat things you don't like, you're not going to be very happy.
Yep.
It doesn't work out very well, and that's why so many people don't stick with programs.
Why they fail with diets.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so what you want to do is work with somebody who has a nutrition background to figure out, well, what are the healthy options that I like? So that you know, like, are sun chips really a healthy choice? Probably not, but I bet we could find something that you do like that would work for you. And the third thing is to be creative. Don't let yourself get too bored. Some people are perfectly fine eating chicken and brown rice every day of the week. I'm not one of them. Are you one of them? You're not one of them.
No, I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I'm not one of them. Some people are. Good for them, and that's awesome. Stick with what you love. But if you're somebody who knows you crave variety, let's get variety in there.
Yep.
Let's make
Wonderful.
sure that you have lots of options.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for coming on today.
My pleasure. It was really fun.
This is Kim Goldner with Fresh Meal Plans, and it's freshmealplans.com.
That's right, freshmealplan.com.
Freshmealplan.com. And Kim, all Kim's information is going to be on our Facebook page as well as our Instagram page.
Absolutely.
And you can be reached at 617-515-7684
Call or text anytime.
with any questions that you have.
Absolutely.
I hope you've enjoyed watching today's episode of Another Home Sold. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you're thinking about listing your home or just want an up-to-date market analysis, please call me at 617-922-4714. I'm Steven.Verdelli with Coldwell-Banker Residential Brokerage in Wellesley. Thanks for watching. See you next time, and remember, home is the nicest word there is.